Coach, it seems like there's becoming a trend out there on Wednesdays. Everybody gets fired up there at the end. Is there?
Yeah. I wish it wasn't that trend that Tuesday was just okay and Wednesday was a lot better, but today was a lot better. That's a good sign. You know, you guys understand when it's not right, when the energy's not right, and they correct it.
Coach, was it any individuals out there that really kind of kick things up, team leaders, or was it just basically
Really.
overall
Just
everybody?
Everybody has the obligation of the team to, get themselves ready. I thought our team did that for the most part. So,
Do you when there's a bye week, how much do you start throwing wrinkles in? I mean, do you use the bye week as an opportunity to start inserting some stuff?
yeah, I wouldn't say so. I mean, we're doing pretty well because we do what we do and we do it well. So we just got to do it better. Yeah, some of it's in preparation for Rice, but a lot of it's just correcting and continuing to rep to get better, because you're never perfect at what you do, whether it's a stance, a start, a route, pass set. It's all those things. So we just got to continue to get better on both sides of balls and special teams.
Coach, over the last few games, some of your younger defensive linemen, Darian Yancey, Xavier Thigpen, really kind of seen their game move to another level. What do you contribute that to?
Well, they're playing and they're practicing hard. Draper Riley's had a good couple weeks since he's been back. So, and then you throw in Jabori Poole, and so Mustafa, who just showed up here about, about 15 weeks ago. So, all those guys are continuing to get better. And our older guys are getting better. Mike Smith's getting better inside. Andrew Bolton, all those guys. So I just think the more focused you are every day, the harder you work at it. And if you have a semblance of a skill set, which they do, you're only going to get better if it's important to you, and if you bring the right mindset every week.
How about the impact of guys like Bolton and Quincy Russell? I mean, older guys, kind of, I don't know if rolling the dice is the right word, but I mean, it's a risk.
Well, we've gotten a few of them have been banged up. The one that's actually been the healthiest has been Bolton. He's been the most consistent. And Anthony Swain's been up and down with injuries, and he's starting to come back and play better. He played a lot better last week, and Justice Hayes had been out, but he's a hard runner. I'm glad we have him. And Quincy Russell's been out really almost a month, and he's been back this week, so we're hopeful we'll have him next week, just in terms to add depth. The tough part for him is we're healthy there, and Nucci Harris, as a true freshman's come on and played pretty well, and Draper's played well, and so it's hard to get, you got 4 guys rotation, and then on speed downs we put Dylan inside, so it's, there's not a lot of reps left for your 5th and 6th defensive tackles, although they're very capable, Rod and Quincy, so that's a good problem to have. We haven't had that luxury we've had where, Rakeem and Adam last year had to play all the time. I mean, now we've got 6 guys that can play and help us win games, which is a good sign.
Nick started well with turnovers, hit a rough spot, now he's rebounded. He said that he kind of just needed to stay with himself and not take so many risks. Was that the issue?
I don't know. I mean, there's sometimes they drop it, sometimes it just, sometimes it's a bad read, sometimes it's, we're forcing stuff, sometimes it's a route, sometimes it's protection. When we played UTSA here, he didn't play his best. I mean, he did try to force some things and wasn't relaxed, and some of those things that help. Learning to throw the ball away. But it's important to Nick. He's pretty good at analyzing it, and we got to do a great job of making sure we rep it during the week so he knows exactly where to go with it, and that we can run it the right way.
And that says something about him for a guy who, having the amount of success he's having with the stats and all that, being ranked really high, this and that, to be able to take a step back and say, okay, I'm not perfect, I'm not the best, that's
right.
everything.
Well, like I always say, it's week to week. The stats are something that you look at the end of the year, but you've got to prepare this week, and then we've got to go to Rice, and you can't average it out and say, well, we can just count on Nick's going to throw for 300 yards, and we can count on that he's going to throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns, and we're going to count on that he doesn't turn over. No, I don't know what it's going to be. How do we prepare? What kind of game plan do we come up? How do we play around him so we can play well that given day. Same in the run game, same on defense. There's no carryover. It's, we've got to continue to get better at the things we can control, which is what we do every day out here on the practice field.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.